Hello viewers, it's Super GT here. Welcome to Leagues in Forza Motorsport. So they're here at long last. It's been a bloody long time, but we've finally got round to it. So we're driving the Hypercars around VIR in the rain. Now you can see that it's ghosted. The first couple of leagues are going to be ghosted. Helps you not crash, I guess. But on this evidence you're about to see, it doesn't help people not crash. Going into the first corner, well, just have a look. It's just an absolute mess. Can't quite explain that really. We're trying to prevent collisions and crashes by ghosting it out, but people still take the opportunity to crash even though it's ghosted. Absolutely amazing stuff. So Aston Martin Vulcan in use here. Seems like one of the better cars in the hypercar division, at least for handling. It's very good handling. That car inside me there, the Zonda, that car is very good indeed, but you could actually only buy it, I think, that one via the specialist dealer, so if you don't have it then you can't get it currently, which is quite frustrating, unless you can sell it on the auction house, I don't know. So up into second place, that was a very good start, and then into Oak Tree Corner, very tricky corner to get right, especially in the rain as well, and the FXXK there, was it the LaFerrari? A Ferrari gets it wrong. I'm up to first place after one lap. It's a very good start. You got to kind of change your approach in this. In ghosted racing, you almost just got to forget the other people are there. Just hit your braking points, and if you don't know where they are, then learn them, or try to work them out where they are, and then you just be consistent from there to the end. So I still consider it to be racing. Lots of people saying to me that this ghosted racing or ghosted hopper is just glorified hot lapping, but I don't really see it that way. I think in hot lapping you have all the time in the world to set a lap time. I could sit there for a whole day, do 2,000 laps, and then just out one of those laps would be the best one. But here you've got 5 laps. You've got to do those 5 laps really well. So it's still a matter of really trying to nail the laps on the first time of asking. It's not quite as easy as hot lapping, I don't think. Well, in this instance here, it is fairly easy. As you can see here, I'm going to skip to the end. It was a very easy win. We are only in the grassroots division, so it's not going to throw us in the deep end. You can see there, the rank almost going up to the next level. This is going to be the shortest race ever. From pole, easy win, and then thankfully that gives me just enough points to go up to the band of enthusiast, so the second best, or sorry, second worst. So that's all I'm up to. A bit of Illuminati shit going on here. Everyone just disappears. So very promptly gave up on that. Not sure what the Illuminati want with me, but obviously they're very much present in Dubai. We then go to Monza, so without the chicane there you can see. Driving the Hennessy Venom, I think it's the best car for this track, but not if you drive it like this, an absolute idiot. So yeah, I just kind of forgot that Curva Grande is actually really scary when you're going 180 miles an hour. Didn't really brake enough. The car doesn't want to turn quite as much as I'd like at that kind of speed, but at least we learned our lesson going down pretty much to last. We could try to reel in the others. It's the good thing here, I guess I don't have to move to the side to overtake everyone, just go straight through them. It is very stress free actually, this kind of racing is actually very enjoyable, I think. For those of you who haven't tried it, I think you should just give it a go. It is you can actually learn quite a lot from doing this. You can learn where you're going fast, where you're going slow compared to others, and it's a lot easier to learn, I think, in ghosted racing, and it can still be very fun indeed. And you still want to get a better rank by the time some of the non-ghosted leagues come around. We do have a simulation league coming up very soon, I think. So you can see here, lap number 2, made a mistake on lap 1, and then I'm just going to make another mistake. Lesmo 2, just brake way too late, throw myself straight off the track, and then the comeback begins once again, going flying past a Koenigsegg. I mean, that is how quick this Hennessy Venom is. You see they're just flying. Then on end of lap 3, going to come past these guys. Someone was in a Vulcan there, really not a good choice of car for this track. You need the straight line speed. The Vulcan doesn't quite have it compared to these cars. So another Hennessy Venom just in front of me there. So onto the back straight, coming up towards Parabolica. Very quickly into 5th gear, up to 180 miles an hour past the Porsche 918. And coming up to a Ferrari TX3 Venturi. So a little bit deep through Parabolica. But we can use our power on the exit. You can see it just flying away from the Porsche like it's not even moving. And then flying past the Ferrari like that's not even moving either. So make light work of them. And then final lap. Almost caught up with this guy, well kind of did. Was inside him at one point, if you know what I mean. And then coming up to the line, yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a third place. Top 3 in the race were all Hennessy Venoms. I might have won it without all the stupid errors, but I didn't. So I didn't. But there we go. A bit more Illuminati presence here in Rio. So obviously they've taken the plane to South America. I'm going to look behind here, and then pretty much the whole grid has just been snatched apart from a couple of people. Quit the race. Yeah, I'm a quick race enthusiast basically. So hopefully we can have a good one here at Le Mans Bugatti. Plenty of problems, you know, plenty of problems to report with this league function. It seems to have brought about so many more problems with the game. So many problems that I thought were fixed have kind of just resurfaced since this league update. And there's been lots of problems with basically the league's just simply not working. We did get a couple of races though, at least. So we're going into the Sesto Elemento. The Lamborghini seems to be one of the better all-round cars for this division. You see here top 3 already are Sesto Elementos, perhaps proving my point. It's probably not the best handling. I think that goes to the Vulcan, maybe the FXXK, but he is very good overall, has very good power, much better than the Vulcan. So I'll try like this. This is very much a kind of a point and squirt circuit. So you go very slow through the hairpin, point it in a direction, and then just hammer the throttle, and then away you go in another very long straight. So coming up to the chicane, catching up very quickly with this other Sesto, another one just trying to drive off the track with a very interesting choice of line. Plenty of tyre walls here blocking people from cutting, which is a good thing I guess, because in a Ghost Hopper it is very easy to just cut and just avoid the track entirely. But thankfully there are big tyre walls there, stopping people from what is normally one of the worst places to cut. I think a lot of people do cut that chicane. Coming through the final couple of corners, very big moment, but managed to just correct it in time through the final apex onto the main straight. It was a decent first lap up into the lead, and coming through the first corner, very fast sweeping uphill right into the Dunlop chicane, and in we go. Braking maybe a little bit too late, just missed the first apex. It's going to compromise us on the second one. You see there MGR Mitsubishi is going to come back for a fight, but going into this corner kind of just throws it all away and just drives straight off into the gravel and hands the initiative back to Mr. Super GT. Thank you very much. And then coming to the next corner, just for the edge of that grass. That's where you're going to start braking whilst turning at the same time. Maybe a little bit late there on the turn in, but the braking point was pretty much correct. And then down into the next hairpin, braking pretty much at the end of the curb. It's quite an easy braking point to get right, that one. A little bit deep. We can just rotate the car mid-corner and then accelerate straight out onto this long straight. So 4 laps here. Can I just pull away through the chicane? If I can just get a good second lap here, then it should really help me on my way to another victory. A little bit late into the first apex, but decent through the second one, carrying nice speed through there. A couple of corners remaining on the lap. So you just want to hug this apex nice and tight, keep to the right hand side here, give yourself a good line. Looking for that shadow, we're just going to start accelerating just after it. Out to the outside, a bit more civilised this lap compared to the last one. A bit of a lock up, but nothing too bad. Through the corner, we are through there okay, and then over the line to start lap 3, but then we're going to fast forward to the end of lap 4. An easy win. So we're going to move to the final race of the video. So we are here at VIR again. It just seems to come up all the time. So we're going to do our best to try to get through to the front very quickly, and then we've got the clean air. It can be quite distracting driving inside of other people. You can lose your lines of sight sometimes. But through into 6th place, it's going on basically. Everything's going on. Just really trying to forget again. As I said earlier, just try to forget that everyone else is there. Up into 4th place. So we have a couple of Sestos here with the Pagani Zonda up in the front. Now coming through here, this is going to be a really interesting tactic from the guy ahead. He spins this barrier, he spins the advertising board into my path, and it spins me into the wall. Have a look again. It just hits my car, and it just spins me to the left ever so slightly, and it absolutely murders me. That was an absolutely savage defensive move from the guy in front. And you can see I find myself now in 18th place, or now 17th, someone's on the side there. But I lost so much time because of that, and it's really going to dent my chances of anything good here. But we could just try and see what we can do, basically. So a couple of laps in the bag here to try to get a better position. You're graded on 3 things in leagues, and this is how it decides how you rank up or go down. So your starting position, your final position, and the general skill of everyone else in the lobby. So if you start finishing, if you finish in a worse position than where you started, you're going to lose points. If you finish in a decent position, you'll gain points. And if you beat people who are higher ranked than you are, then you'll gain points. So a combination of those things will decide whether you go up or down rank. Some races will go down. I've gone down in many races, but you shouldn't measure yourself over one race. You're going to always have a bad race at some point. There's no point in worrying about it too much. You kind of measure yourself over maybe 5 or 10 races, and if you're going up over that longer time frame, then that's good. Into the first corner. Brakes very good in this car actually. Sesto, very rooted, very small looking car actually compared to a lot of the other ones. But it's a little rocket basically. It's the handling, I can definitely tell it's not as good as the Vulcan, but it's easy to drive, just a little bit stiffer I think. The tunes I'm going for, mainly the ones you want to look for by Slaps Vela. I'll put his name in the description. He's actually a very good tuner, and he's definitely one that you should follow if you're not already following him, because his tunes do seem to pop up a lot, and a lot of people do use them. They're normally very good. So I think a lot of people in this lobby were in fact using his tune. And I think often once someone near the front wins a race in someone's tune, everyone just kind of grabs it off of them and then also uses it. I think that's often the case. So you see here, catching up with the Vulcan. Watch this, flying away from that Vulcan. So yes, the Vulcan might have a slight handling advantage, but as soon as you get onto anything resembling a straight, it's going to be left behind. I've already dropped him by about 200 feet. Catching up with the Ferrari FXXK up ahead, flying into the final chicane here. He braked way too late and sideways. Not a good way to brake. And they're going through the last couple of corners. We're going to catch up. We're catching up with people very quickly. A lot of people in Vulcans. I'm not sure it's quite the best car for this track. I just drive off the track. You see there, I think I conned the power a little bit too early, and the car just didn't want to go round that quick. So misinterpreting the car's handling ability there, but that was all driver. That was all me being a bit silly. Into the first corner, lap number 3 then, and try to limit the damage, because I think we're going to lose points here. Although our grid slot wasn't amazing, I think I'm one of the higher ranked, I think so, in this lobby, so I ought to be beating more people than are beating me. Through the technical section here, it's actually a very nice technical section once you can get it right. That corner there is kind of one long right-hander onto this long straight. VIR, one of actually my favourite tracks now. This configuration, just the normal configuration. I used to really not think too much of it, but now I think it's one of the best ones. So the guy up ahead, all over the place, and again all over the place, all over the grass. I went to 9th place. So it's quite weird in many ways. This almost go off there because there's no actual direct racing between you and the other people. As I said, you might as well forget that they're there. So there's no defending to do, no overtaking, no outbraking people. None of that. But on the plus side, there's no getting smashed into by noobs unless they're smashing an advertising hoarding into your path, which is just another viable strategy, I guess. Now, I've never quite understood why they put so many of these advertising boards everywhere on this game, because I'm pretty sure they don't have those. I mean, a board like that could move your car if you drove into it. I don't think they would actually have many of those on the side of the track. It's actually quite dangerous. But anyway, here we go then. The final lap. We're going to try to overtake this guy. You can see we've got that speed advantage down here. into the first corner. Brakes are about the same. In fact, yeah, pretty much the same. He went a little bit later, goes a little bit deeper, taking a much better line through there than him. Now that's the good thing, I think, about the Ghost Racing. You really have to look at the lines that people are taking, and you can just immediately see if you've got a better line than the other person, and you can just learn what to do and what not to do. Obviously sometimes they might have a better car and whatever, but if you're in the same car especially, it's a lot easier. Up into 7th place there, and then at the end of the race still in 7th, but someone else making a very big error, and he's going to lose momentum coming out of the final turn, and I'm just going to get the run on him up into 6th place. So it wouldn't be a Super GT video without this, so thankfully that happened right at the end there. So crossing the line, 6th place, so I suppose not too bad given that I got shunted off by a barrier or by a board and then went back down to 18th. So you see the Pagani Zonda C up at the front and actually got a second a lap quicker than I did, and that seems to be one of the very quicker cars as well as this Lambo Sesto Elemento. So you see they're just actually losing points on that race. But there we go, guys. Yeah, Leagues is back. Hopefully as we see more leagues appear, I'll bring you more videos on these, as these normally, or at least in Forza 6, seem to bring out some of the very best racing. Hopefully that is the case once again. But that's all from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.